So, we in that new year, new me season.
Yes.
But a lot of us still have some of the same goals from 2023. And a lot of y'all, and I know for sure because y'all came up to me and asked.
You did.
A lot of y'all wanted to start a podcast.
Yes.
I got good news for you, player. Spotify for podcasts is here for every need you have.
We've been using Spotify for podcasters since we started our podcast. It's so easy. You literally record, edit, and upload all from your phone, your computer. So no matter what your setup looks like, you can start now.
Yes, get your conversations, your opinion, your views out to the world. People need to hear you.
You can distribute your podcast to Spotify and anywhere else that podcasts are heard.
With Spotify for podcasters, you can earn money in a multitude of ways. Ads or podcast subscriptions. I mean, it's an easy way to get your visions out to the world and earn some extra pocket change.
Yeah, my favorite thing about all of this is free 99.
Yes. They don't charge you a dime. So you really got nothing holding you back. Today, not tomorrow, today, let's be heard. Spotify for podcasters.
Let's be seen. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of For the Healthy Host podcast. I'm your host, Ree.
Sunset Tim.
And yeah. Why always and yeah? We need a better intro, bro.
We got a good intro. You just need to continue it out.
Today's episode, first of all, how y'all doing?
What's up with y'all?
How y'all
good?
been?
Y'all hardworking, beautiful people.
You always say that.
Because I hope they are some hardworking, beautiful motherfuckers.
They are, I know it. I feel it in my soul.
I feel it in my soul too. But today's episode is about...
Today we're going to be talking about navigating our personal wellness journeys within relationships. And I mean, it could be any type of relationships, but today we're talking about a partner.
A partner, I know. And that seems like a long sentence just to say that we talking about dealing with your past hurt, in a current relationship.
Yeah.
How it can affect it and how, I guess how to go into the healing of it as well.
Yeah, I guess so. And I feel like this is a tough topic almost for me personally, because I remember in the past you wanted to talk about something similar to this. Do you remember me saying nah, I'm not ready to talk about that?
I do.
Yeah, so we're going to be unpacking a lot today. Yeah, so let me ask you, first let me say this. We just two regular people talking about us. You know what I mean? I know there's so many certified people
that you could speak to about this, and if you need to reach out for professional help, please do. Because I am not professional.
I'm not it.
I'm gonna end all my advice with,
but I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You do you. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, we just talking about, we're reflecting really.
Yeah, on our experiences and hoping that y'all can feel and learn something from what we've been through.
Exactly.
Use my pain to learn. Kevin Hart said, "Laugh in my pain." Yes. Don't laugh though, because this shit hurt, but learn something from it.
Exactly. But I want to start off by asking you, babe, what does you don't have to you can get as specific as you like, but what is your wellness journey or your healing journey? What does that look like for you?
As far as what it looks like, I guess.
What does it mean to you?
What does what mean? The sentence?
Your healing journey, your wellness journey. Nah, you don't have to get specific, whatever you feel comfortable with, but I'm just saying, what is that? When you hear that, my healing journey, my wellness journey, what does that look like to you? What does that feel? What does that mean to you?
Well, for me, first, it starts from the knowing I lacked something. First off, knowing I lacked something and knowing there was something missing. And then the hurt from always having that thing missing. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know why this came in my head like a runner. If he was taught to run with one shoe, the nigga would know how to run with one shoe and never care. You know what I'm saying? He just run. He would not care. He's only known to run with one shoe.
Yes.
And that's kind of like what life is when you have hurt and everybody got something missing. That, you ran with one shoe for so long that, when you finally get to the point you realize that this one foot has rocks and shit, it's be in pain sometimes. That's when the healing journey actually begins.
You always have examples, and I love that.
I do it, and they always sports too.
They are always
sports.
Listen,
always. But my healing journey, starts from recognition and from the pain. My personal journey was lack of confidence, leadership was another one, and I feel like just flat out standing up for self and not. And I spoke about this myself in the bathroom this morning about second burner nature.
What does that mean?
Back burner nature. Excuse me. Back burner nature is like I'm a second oldest child, but in my family, sometimes I can be revered as like the oldest child. Sometimes,
yeah.
And it was because as a kid, I was so willing to put me on the back burner so my brothers could have things.
Oh, why I want to cry?
Please don't. But in a sense, it became like a comfort place to put things on the back burner. Meaning myself, my dream, other things on the back burner because that's what I came from. It's what I known.
Oh, babe.
Oh, will you stop it?
I'm so serious.
But that's what I came from. Is what I known and whatnot. And just recognizing that and the things that it has caused me to miss out on, like standing up for something I want. You know what I'm saying? Not putting it on the back burner. Really putting it forefront and whatnot. Putting things that I want up there, putting myself up there. And like I said, it was just like I learned how to run without it. Yeah. So that's what I known for so long that it just became so comforting. But now, like I said, recognizing I'm trying to not be in that category. I want to put me and my wants, my ideas, my being. I want to put all that front and be brave about it and be confident about it.
Good for you.
Good for me.
Good for you. Wow, I'm tearing up. So, do you see these tears in my eyes right now? That was a heartfelt answer. I wasn't expecting that.
I didn't know we were going to talk about this today. And I gave myself that talk in the mirror earlier, so it just happened to be today.
Well,
same question.
That's a tough follow-up. Mine won't be as good.
I didn't think that was that good, though.
It was real. That's why it was so good. But no, for me, it's kind of like what you said, like your little runner example. I feel like every single human being on this earth, no thought, no belief system is actually our belief system. We were conditioned to believe a certain thing, certain value, absolutely. Certain things. And so just like you said with the runner, like we have no idea unless we step out of what we've known. You know what I mean? Step into the unknown and try to unlearn and get past the conditioning that we've been through as children. Yes. So that's really what it's about for me. And
you don't have to get personal or anything like that if you want to let that out or anything like that.
I mean, I'm just trying to think what I would even say. Like, I don't know. It's so much. It's so many things with me. That's like, I don't even know where to start.
There's so many holes. Stop it. You are perfect.
But no, like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I know it's a lot of stuff that I gotta unlearn and, okay, I know what I know. For example, up until like there's this big event, traumatic event that happened in my life. Oh my gosh. Oh God. Okay. I got a piece of hair in my eye. But no, like there's this huge traumatic event that happened in my life when I was 14 years old. Everything up before that, of course, like I'm from a single parent household. My mom was a single mother. My grandmother was very prominent in my life. Like I called my grandmother mama. Like that's how much I was around my mom. Mm-hmm. And as a child, that didn't affect me because that's all I knew. Like, I didn't care that my dad really wasn't around. I saw him every blue moon. But now as an adult, I see how that has affected me in my adulthood. But there's this traumatic event that I always I think about it often. When I was 14 years old, my grandmother passed away. And then she passed away from cancer. And she really was my best friend. I still think about her to this day and I get really sad that she's not here with me. Okay. 3 months later, and I get the dates mixed up about when it happened, but 3 months, this was in a very short time span. My cousin, who we were raised like sisters, she has a twin sister as well. So me and my cousins, we like 3 Ps, always together. Let me go back. When my grandmother passed away, my mother adopted my 2 cousins. So they lived with me and my mother. Me, an only child. Now I have 2 sisters. One of my cousins actually passed away. Like, she died right in front of me and her sister. And that's really, really, like, one of the most traumatic things that I've ever experienced in my life. And, you know, she was 14. She was really young. Really, really young. And I can remember that moment like it was, like, yesterday. Mm-hmm. I always feel like something bad is going to happen, no matter how good things are going. And when they get really good, I get even more anxious because I'm just like, all right, I know something is about to happen. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm really trying to focus on not being afraid of the unknown.
Yes.
Not thinking like, oh, shit, something gonna happen. And understanding that whatever does happen, whatever comes up in my life, that I can deal with it. Like, I'll be able to deal with whatever it is. But also to be optimistic about things. I remember I used to tell you, don't be pessimistic. Don't be so pessimistic. But I think I was projecting back then.
It was correct back then. But
was it?
It was correct.
Oh, okay. But I think I was projecting a lot too, though, because, and I noticed that with some other things too. Like, I'll say it to you, and it really is me. I'm feeling that way, so I'm projecting that onto you. But yeah, I'm just trying to, like, I'm still years down the line. I'm still, like, recovering from that and trying to heal from that experience.
That's an experience that stays with you. I mean,
definitely.
That'll be a lasting memory, you know what I mean, forever. So thank you for sharing that with the community.
Of course.
Like, for real, that's very brave of you to talk about that out loud.
Thank you, baby. One other thing, let me say this, because I think this is a huge too. The way that my mother talked to me while I grew up, that's a big one.
Yeah.
And I noticed that within myself, like how I talk to other people. Like, my mother had a very, I guess, stress-related job. I don't know. I really don't even know. I have no idea. But the way she spoke to me wasn't really very nice. Mm-hmm. And she oftentimes didn't mean anything by it, I don't think. But I've noticed that, and I know it didn't make me feel good then.
Yeah.
Even as an adult, I catch her, like, saying things to me a certain way, but I'll correct her. I'll be like, hey, like, listen, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I'm really trying to heal from that, and also make sure that I'm talking to the people that I love with respect and, you know, just nicely.
That's part of putting that shoe back on.
Yes.
That's part of that whole process right there.
Breaking generational curses, baby.
Yes. And they be thick as
baby.
Shit. I'm talking generational curses be thick as hell to break. But getting that shoe back on, first off, recognizing that it's off and the pain, you know what I mean? There's something missing. Mm-hmm. Is the first thing. And then when you, like you said, this is about relationships. When you get into a relationship, now you got 2 runners trying to heal from this pain. Mm-hmm. How do those 2 go about it at the exact same time?
That's a good one. That's a good question. I think, first of all, it's important to understand, although we're in a relationship, my trauma is my trauma and your trauma is your trauma.
Yes. Like,
I know it's been times I wanted to fix you or certain things and vice versa, but we have to heal ourselves individually. I think a lot of times, and I'm guilty of this, when people get in relationships of any sort, they're looking for somebody to save them.
Yes.
Nobody is going to save you but you.
Yes.
Nobody can fill that void but you. Like, we have to stop looking for external happiness and joy, or actually external joy, because somebody can make you happy, but only you can bring you joy.
Yeah, joy, comfort, whatever it might be.
Yeah, only you can do that. And that's really, really important to note. Like, when getting in a relationship, nobody can fix you but you. Nobody can save you but you.
Like you said, trying to get filled up by someone else. Remember, the other day I spoke with you about something I learned in the book, was like that in life, we often think of, treat ourselves or think of ourselves like containers. And things fill us up. Other people get, like, their happiness. People pour their happiness into our little container, filling us up on that. We buy things that fill us up on happiness in our little container. But truth is, the universe flows within us, and from that flow is internal. So why would you settle for a 10-gallon container when you are the ultimate flowing being within yourself? The source is in you. You know what I mean?
What book is that?
That is What You Think About Me Is None of Your Business by Cole Whitaker, if I'm not mistaken.
And whose book was that?
That was your book that sat on the shelf for 9 months unread.
Fair enough.
Yes, thank you. So, getting into that, like you said, pain, recognizing that pain is yours and not from your partner. Because when you get in a relationship, often, a good relationship, you hold each other accountable and things. And when somebody holds you accountable, it can also bring a trigger, like things your partner can do can trigger you to recognizing that pain. But it's not your partner who caused that pain. They may have caused the trigger for it, but they didn't cause that pain. So not putting that blame on them is a big thing in, like I said, relationship healing.
Right.
You're knowing what you can do. And then from that point on is like understanding yourself. Like you spoke about,
that's a big one.
Trauma being your own. I believe we all have the ability to fix ourselves, of course, rewire us the way we're supposed to. But that owner's manual was written in a language only you understand.
Yes.
Only you.
Because you experienced
it. Nobody else. Nobody can help you with that owner's manual. If I looked at Reeves, that shit may look like Mandarin or Japanese writing to me. You know what I'm saying? It's
so crazy that you said that. I remember one time you was like, what did you say? You said something like this. Now help me out here because I'm kind of it's a little blurry. You were basically like, this is my life. Like, this is my life in my head. Do you remember you said that? Like, what did you say?
Like, the weirdest thing is like you live with somebody, mom, dad, whoever, and like in my life, I'm the main character.
Yeah.
And in my head, I hear my thoughts and everything, my opinion. But you've been with me. How long we been together?
Like 12.
12 years. We've lived together. Probably what?
10.
10? I've seen you every day for 10 years.
I never know what's going on in your head.
And you will never know what's going on in my head. You will never be the main character over here, but it feels like
Why do I want to be the main character in your life?
You don't want the stress of these lines. You don't want the stress. You don't. But yeah, that's the weird thing. Like, that's what it goes back to. Like, as much as we think that other person is like, they're in our lives, they're just a piece of our lives, though. They have a whole separate life going on.
Yeah.
Even if it's together.
Yeah, like right now, you and I are doing this, living. I'm experiencing this, and you are experiencing this in a completely different way than I'm experiencing this situation right now.
Because it's such a weird thing to think about.
Yeah.
Another weird thing, so we on subject to weird things. You know, people are hanging off the side of the earth when you step outside. You ever thought about that?
No.
I had that weird thought coming out the grocery store the other day. Like, I'm literally hanging off the edge of the earth.
And you just thought that randomly?
I just thought that randomly. Like, there's nothing holding you down. Like, I'm
gravity.
inside a house now.
Gravity.
But yes, but I'm like, you're hanging off earth. Literally, like, it's your feet, you're hanging off the edge of the earth.
Yeah, it just got real weird.
You just got real weird. I'm sorry about that, guy.
So when it comes to understanding yourself, you have to do a lot of like reflecting and trying to figure out why you react a certain way to certain things. And like we always talk about, acknowledging this particular thing, understanding what triggers you, why it triggers you,
connecting the dots. And yeah, with connecting them dots, I feel like it's so important that you do that, because you know there's the trauma that caused it,
right?
And then there's you living in survival mode with that trauma, and then there's the triggers to you in survival mode and that trauma. 3-dot thing. So if you connect all three, then you can find the source, you know what I'm saying, and then find a way to heal. That's why that was so important to really look back in a very unjudgmental way towards everybody involved.
Including yourself.
And yourself, whoever caused you the trauma or situation. And, you know, not judge the situation, but look and find what it is, so you can find, like I said, the opposite action to take you out of that survival mode, so the triggers won't put you in that mode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which goes into like victim.
I love that you brought up survival mode.
Okay.
Like, I like that a lot. I feel like for all of our life, most of our life, we lived on survival mode, bro.
Yes,
so it's really like it's an interesting thing to like flip, you know what I mean? To like get out of that. And I feel like our whole life is gonna be a journey. Like we on this healing journey until we no longer it's in a physical form.
Yes. It's like a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. So I just think that I'm happy you brought that up.
Yeah, survival mode is crazy. It's a crazy part of everybody's life. I read in a different book, read a lot of books here, that a couple scientists had put together like this thing, and they was like tracking how many times people hear no in a lifetime before they're 5. Yeah. It was no to yes ratio. And it was a crazy number. You heard no like 8,714 times versus to like 3,000 times you heard yes.
Yes, yeah.
And that sets up the survival mode. Like, you've heard no so many times that you just shut yourself out of things so quickly. And that believing in yourself is how it's so hard because you've heard no so many times since you was younger.
Right.
You know what I mean? But coming out of that mode can be tricky. But the first thing is to, of course, get out of victim mode.
Yes.
Getting out of being a victim, playing the victim. Because everybody loves a victim because the victim gets to tell the story. You never hear the story from the aggressor.
True.
You never hear that person.
Yeah.
Ever. It's not really, because most people would say it's not their story to tell.
Right.
From the aggressor, is the victim who gets to tell the story and paint it however they want to. That they were treated a certain way, this, and then the third. Where the aggressor has a whole different story that they never really thought that they were treating that person that way.
Right.
That's why victimism is so sought after. But to make true change, the victim has to come out of that. Because when you're a victim, you're actually sacrificing so much. You know what I mean? Like,
you're holding on to so much.
Holding on. If somebody makes you mad at 8 a.m. on the way to work, hold on to that shit for the first 4 hours of the day. That's you sacrifice 4 hours.
You know how much stress that causes on your body, bro? Like, how much wear and tear that causes on your... I can't. I'm done doing this.
But that's where victimism can hurt the victim in itself, you know. Holding on to things, you sacrifice shit. Where the aggressor, who might not really have... It didn't even rub them the wrong way, you know what I'm saying? Not to say that people are just selfish, but sometimes it happens. We all been an aggressor to somebody. At some point, you may not even have noticed it. You know what I mean? But that's what it is. When you're the aggressor, you don't notice it.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you don't know that. The hammer never says to the nail, like, damn, you had a rough day today, didn't you? The hammer was okay. He did all the pain. Like, fuck, he don't feel shit. Like, he's pretty good. But coming out of victim mode is essential to healing self. And especially in a relationship, coming out of that, because you don't want to always be asking your partner to hand you a fucking tissue all the time, because you're always consistently crying and whining about something that, put you in victim mode. You know what I mean?
And I'm not saying it's not okay to cry.
Absolutely.
And, get those feelings out and feel those feelings. But that's a lot of stress you causing on your body, like when you continue to be... like in victim mode, or being in victim mode really reminds me also of like wanting somebody to save you. Like, I feel like those connect very well together.
And that's where a partner becomes, to an extent, like trying to make their partner happy. I'm doing so much to make you happy. It's because you can't make somebody else happy. That's why you're doing so much, my boy.
Ain't no way, boy.
Ain't no way, my
Remember
boy.
That? Ain't no fucking way, my boy.
Ain't no fucking way, my boy. Ain't no fucking way. I used to love that sound.
You did.
For as long as I love that TikTok sound.
But once you've begin to understand yourself and, really dive into that journey, and, like Travis said, like Sunset said, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Like Sunset said, no longer playing that victim role. And I always say this, and I'm going to say this in every episode. And it's not going to be a linear path.
Linear.
Some days you're going to want to be the biggest victim there is.
Oh, my life.
You're going to want to be the biggest victim there ever is.
You want 2 beds. 2 beds in the hospital. You want 2 beds. Just swap them out.
Bruh, no, for real. Like, some days you're going to be good and some days you're going to be low. That's just how life is. That's how life is. But a really important thing to do is communicate with your partner.
Yes.
Like, that sounds cliche, but communicate.
If you panicking, having a panic attack, Let that person know. You having some anxiety? Let them know.
Hey, remember we was at Kroger, and I was looking. We were inside of Kroger, and you didn't say it, but I was looking at you, and I'm like, this nigga, what
freaking out.
I said you're freaking out right now. Yeah. You didn't even have to say anything. So like communicating, but I think we'll get into this a little bit, but also just like being attentive. Like not that you have to, but if you with somebody you love, just quite naturally you're gonna be attentive and you're gonna notice things. But yeah, communicating with your partner, what triggers you, what you don't like, or your partner said something to you, you can say, hey babe, I really didn't like how you said that, but do it with love. Yes. Move with love. That's always really important.
Love, always with peace.
Yes.
Love and peace. I always move that way. If you move with love and peace, you can say whatever the fuck you want to anybody in the world.
You really can.
I'm sorry. You can say it to anybody you want, as long as you move in love and peace. But
exactly.
Yes, recognizing that in a relationship when another person is, having a rough time, try to lend a helping hand. That's where you can't make somebody happy, but you can lend them a little comfort.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? A perfect example is like me I put the kids to sleep now because
you do
to give Reese some comfort. Reese likes to be an early bird. She likes to get up and work out 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. But when we was flip flopping, putting the kids to sleep, she couldn't really get a consistent routine down, and that affected her in a lot of different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like
that was a mess.
Other than just physical. I know it's from working out, but it was other than physical that it affected you.
Yeah.
But I use my abilities to help my wife out because I am a bit of a night owl. I can stay up later than she can.
Baby, it was 9:00 last night, and I was like, I know it's 10 p.m.
Yeah,
at 10 p.m., that may not even be late to people, but that is late to me.
I can never in my life go to sleep at 9.
Baby,
ever.
I can, and you know it. When we used to go to the movies with our child, our oldest daughter, I used to fall asleep in the movies.
Yes. So ridiculous.
But I want to say thank you so much. I know I've told you again and again, but I really do appreciate you doing that for me. Like that has helped me out so much.
You're welcome. It helped me out too. It does, because I have sleep problems. I don't know that.
You do.
I have very bad sleep problems. I won't get a lot of sleep. But putting my daughters to sleep in a cozy room with the night light on and I'm rocking one of them.
It puts you in that mode.
It kind of knows me to sleep, where, like I said, my whole life I've struggled with sleep, but I don't get much.
You really have, but not me, baby. Not me. I be asleep.
Nigga said, not me, none at all.
I hate that for you, but I'm glad it's working out for you, my brother.
I always say yin and yang when it comes to relationships.
Yeah, like us.
Never require a partner to be perfect, but together y'all can be a perfect being. Like y'all really can. When they say come together as one, they really mean that. We are that perfect being. I don't give a fuck about time. Ree is a stickler for time.
Oh my God, and I be want to fight you.
That
ain't perfect though. We really I be getting so upset.
That is perfect.
So that's not perfect.
Because if it's up to you, if it starts at 4, you'll pull up at 3:10.
Nah, at 3:50, 10 minutes early.
Nah. I'll be like, shit, let's pull up 10 minutes early. You be like, no, you need to get there.
Oh, stop lying. You'll be 10, 15 minutes late. And you literally, here's the thing, you'll be 10, 15 minutes late and you won't give a damn. You'll like, shit, everything
on my soul, like, we give a fuck.
That's not good, bruh. Like, you need to respect other people's time. That's a whole nother topic for another day.
I appreciate your patience.
You need to respect people's time, though, bro.
I appreciate your patience.
No.
I appreciate that person's patience, but I ain't gonna be on time. It started at 4. I might pull up at exactly 4. But you wanted me to pull up at 3:15 so we can get the mic set up.
No, I didn't say 3:15.
3:50. 3:45.
3:45. That's just courtesy for people's time.
But I am not a time person. Don't expect
you not,
me
and I cannot
expect me
stand
time,
it.
Baby. I'm here for a good time,
not a long time. Well, if you want to have a good time, you need to be on time.
Whatever, nigga. Go ahead.
But yeah, back to the topic at hand. Just being able to communicate with your partner, how you're feeling, like we talked about before, those triggers. And like we try our best to communicate, but we're not perfect. Like we said before, move with love and with
intent and intent. And the biggest thing, like I said, when healing in a relationship, remember it's each person healing each other. Like not me, you healing yourself and your partner healing themselves as well. But again, not hitting the triggers for that person is a big thing, and then giving them the comfort they need at times is a huge thing. It's really all you can do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're rehabbing. I like that term. They're rehabbing their own self. Like,
yes.
They're rehabbing that foot we talking about. They're rehabbing that themselves. But hell, you can massage their foot every now and then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, every now and then you can help them out on their journey towards it. I helped Ree out at the grocery store the other day.
What you help me with?
We were both hungry as shit.
Oh, yes, we
And
were.
we still want to eat healthy, and Ree was like panicking, was like, I'm just gonna get a cheeseburger from somewhere, like.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I comforted her, like, drink some water, be calm, we'll be home in 20-30 minutes and we'll eat something there. She didn't want to hear it, but it helped her out. And afterwards,
I would have regretted it.
you would have regretted it. And you had a little bit of anxiety at the store, a little tood.
I always have an attitude when I'm hungry.
Very hungry.
Have you seen that meme, me filling up the room with negative energy because I'm hungry?
Yeah, that's you.
That's me.
To a T, but little shit like this, little bitty things, like the little triggers that can help your person out on that journey of healing.
Just be attentive. Pay attention.
Attentive. Yeah, attentive. Like, paying attention is so much on this journey.
Just care
with
a little
two people trying to heal themselves, dealing with hurt. Remember, you can't put that shoe on for that person, but you can definitely massage.
You can lead a hold of water, but you can't make a
yes, and don't try to. Another thing is, don't try to. How I put this? Don't try to tell your partner what their trauma is either.
True.
Or trigger. Like, don't try to be that person. Let them recognize it on their own. Some hoes don't know they ill yet. You know what I'm saying? And you can't do shit about that yet, can you?
At all.
If you want your partner to realize that they have some type of anger problem, they're gonna have to come on there on their own. Like, it might be glaring to you, but it's not glaring to them yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you want to mention it slightly, yes, maybe,
with
but
love.
With love, a piece
or
of love.
write them a letter.
Write them a nice love letter about it.
Hey, babe, I love you, but
you're dick. You know what I'm saying? But whatever it might be, try to be as gentle about it and move with love. Gentle.
I love that word.
You know what I'm saying? Be nice and massaging about how you go about it. But don't try to recognize they trauma form. They gotta see it in their own eyes. Some hoes don't know they ill yet.
Yeah, you can't fix somebody who. Well, first of all, you can't fix nobody anyway. Like that's their own personal journey, regardless.
And yeah, for the most part, like I said, try to attend to your own, but be a very solid partner by being attentive. You know what I'm saying? Be the Shaq and the Kobe. You know what I mean?
And communicate.
Communicate that with each other.
Absolutely.
And with that being said, I'd like to see you lovers, you friends, you companions, partners, like to see y'all be attentive to each other and just practice that first. And definitely, of course, do your healing on your own self. Try to recognize your traumas. Remember to connect the dots so you can heal.
Yeah, spend some time alone. Quiet the noise around you so you can really look inward.
Yes.
And understand yourself more.
And don't make the mistake of hovering on the past when you do it.
Definitely
don't make that
do
mistake. Don't hover on it. Remember, we go into that past, but very unjudgmental.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Very free. And that is what we want to leave you guys with. This is episode
5.
5 of them, bro. Episode 5. We love y'all. We want to see everybody doing well. All you beautiful, hardworking people.
You beautiful, hardworking people.
This is a wrap from Sunset Tim
and Ree. We love you guys. See you in
y'all.
the next one.
Peace.